Hey, how you doing? This is AutoVision Media, and I am Robert Williams. I'm going to talk to you today about how you live stream. Now, since this COVID-19 thing, a lot of us are at home. You've either been live streaming yourself or you've been watching a lot of live streams. What is live streaming? Live streaming is when you have video sent to a service like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Those are the big three. Those are the ones that you're probably most concerned about, and that's what you want to be doing. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Those are the big ones. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to do it. I'm going to talk to you about what you need to do it, and we're going to get into some of the details. Now, the trick of this video is it's going to be how to do it for almost free without making, expensive purchases. Now, of course, there are guys out there on YouTube and, churches even, and that's actually how I got my background. I've actually been doing this at my church over a year, a couple of years now, and been involved with that team. We have multiple cameras, sound system, all that kind of stuff. But if you're like me and you just want to create some videos, but you want to do it live, I'm going to show you some things and some tips and tricks and things that you need to go live. And really, the first thing is really understanding all the different pieces that you need. And so I'm going to show you some of the different pieces that you're going to need in order for you to really get going. Now, what you're going to need is inputs, right? So it's going to be camera, audio, video, stuff like that. So you're going to need a camera. Now, what I'm using right now is a simple Logitech web camera. They're very cheap, very inexpensive. I happen to have one, so for me, it's free. But those, I'm sure you can pick them up for $100. And what you want to try and do is try and get the highest quality you can. Try and get 1080p or 720p, depending on your budget. But you want to get the highest quality you can. One other little tip is you're going to need good lighting. It's best to have lighting in front of you than behind you. I'm still working on that myself, but any light that you can get, any light source that you can get, that you can put again in front of you, not behind you, and that helps as well. So you're gonna need video cameras, right? You're gonna need an audio source. Now I am using a trusty Bluetooth Plantronics microphone. Again, something I just happen to have. So for me, it's free, but you can get one of these things cheap. Now you can do all sorts of things. There are standalone mics, as if you're in some kind of radio studio. You can buy those all day long. You can spend a lot of money on this, or you can spend a little bit of money on this, and all that's up to you. Now, besides having cameras and audio, which is pretty much what you'll have for inputs, you might have to put up some other things like graphics. I've already shown you a few graphics. I can show you another graphic. That's just a Corvette. Why am I showing you that? Who knows? That's just a graphic I have. But some graphics help to make whatever you're doing a little more interactive, a little more fun. So you want to have some graphics that you put up. So we said video, graphics, audio. Now let's talk about. Let me see here. Let's talk about the whole picture. Now hopefully you can see this graphic fine, and it's showing you kind of everything that you need. We just talked about your inputs, which are cameras, audio. You're going to have your audio. Cameras, you can have anything from, like I said, a webcam to pro level cameras, right? But if we're talking about doing this for free or for a little bit of money, then you can just get some webcams. Same thing with microphones. If you can get a Bluetooth microphone, usually a Bluetooth headset, or just a simple microphone. We actually have a Guitar Hero USB microphone. You could use something like that. Graphics, you really want to try and organize yourself and make sure you have a bunch of graphics that you want to show, like the ones I'm showing you now. And then the big piece is the piece in the middle, right? Right now I'm using what's called OBS Studio. And OBS Studio is a production type software where you can take all these different input sources and output them the way that you want. And that's the beauty of OBS Studio. You can take a lot of different inputs, whether it's cameras, audios, graphics, video, and allow you to output them to whatever you want. And so when we're talking about streaming, we're outputting to some kind of source, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Now, you notice on this diagram, I'm showing that you can go straight to Facebook, you can go straight to YouTube, you can go straight to, well, you can't go straight to Instagram because Instagram is more or less made for mobile platforms. So you have to use something like Yellow Duck, which I'll do another video on if you like, but Yellow Duck is a way that you can transform from your streaming source to Instagram. So coming back to me, what else do you need? Well, let's talk a little bit more about OBS Studio and what OBS Studio is. OBS Studio is open source. A lot of people like to call it free. Open source is not the same as free. It means that the software is developed by a community, and if you are kind, you will contribute to that community. But OBS Studio is some very powerful software. It allows you to do multiple camera work, multiple video sources, multiple graphic sources, allow you to put graphics on top of graphics or graphics on top of video, and all you need to do is have a Windows machine, Linux machine that can run it, and it'll give you basically a full studio that you can use to make videos or actually stream directly to the internet. Now, when streaming, there's something that's really important. So if you watch a lot of YouTube, you're probably watching a lot of people who actually make videos and then upload them to YouTube. That allows them to get the highest quality, to do a lot of things, add music, add graphics, add words. They can do a lot of things by post-production, by editing their videos, putting their videos together, and then putting it on YouTube. Right? It's more or less a static way of doing it, and it's probably the best way to do it. When you're live streaming, you're actually going live. The best example I have of this is at church. A lot of churches use live streaming. Before, they used to use it in addition to their live service to reach people, with their live service. Now they're actually doing it as their only service. So they might actually be streaming it live with no one in their sanctuary, or they might be recording it and then uploading it live. We've also seen this with musicians. We've seen this with DJs. Just all sorts of people are using this. The magic of live stream is it's if you're doing it truly live, there's a lot of energy because there's excitement, there's anxiety. You're doing it live. If you screw up, that's it. It's done. So it's really important to be prepared. Make sure you have everything that you need. You have your graphics ready, you have your video sources ready, your audio is right, so that you can go live. Now, one of the biggest things that you need to understand if you're going to stream, which is really, really a lot different than recording and uploading. Recording and uploading, you can do, you can take as much time as you want. Live streaming, you need the right amount of bandwidth, and I'm looking for a little chart here. I'm going to throw up this little chart. So this chart shows you your bandwidth, and actually that's not what I want to show you. I'm actually going to show you something else. So let's look at, here we go. Let's look at this. So speed, your internet speed. Now, if you're doing this at home, of course, you're doing this, you might be doing this at home, and most broadband internet speeds are fine. But here's the problem. You can't worry about your download speed because your download speed is usually the speed that they give you. So if they say you have 200 meg, if you have a gig, if you have 10 meg, whatever it is, your internet provider usually quotes you on download speed. What's important is upload speed. And if you look in this graphic right here, you'll see that this is just a website called Fast. I think it's actually by Netflix or Verizon, one of those two. And if you run it, it's just fast.com, real simple. It'll show you your download speed. So my download speed is 240 megs, which is pretty good. As a download speed, we can do it. We have a lot of devices that are using that. But remember, when you're streaming, you're actually going outbound. You're actually going from your computer out to the internet. You're not downloading, you're uploading. So your upload speed is what's important. Now mine happens to be 8 megs. So what does that mean, or what does that translate to? Well, if we look at it, what you've got to worry about is your resolution. So your resolution is how clear your picture is going to be for your viewers. Now, I'm showing you a chart right here, and we're starting off with 480p, which, might be something that is good to look at on your phone. And all you need is about 1 meg. If you're going 720p, you're going to need 3 meg. Now, keep in mind, this is bandwidth per destination. So for 3 meg, if you're doing 720p to YouTube and you're doing 720p to Facebook, then that's going to be 3 megs plus 3 megs. So it's going to be 6 megs of bandwidth that you're going to need if you're streaming to both at the same time. Now I have a trick for that, but we'll come back to it. 1080p. 1080p is fine, 1080p you need 5 megs, right? So of course the higher quality the better. Now a lot of times people talk about, hey, I'm going to stream at 4K, I want to stream at 4K. 4K is the best resolution and all this good stuff. No, actually, there's higher resolutions. You can go 8K and all that good stuff. But look at this. If you go 4K, you're going to need 30 megs of bandwidth just for one destination. So realistically, you're not going to go 4K unless you're the NFL or something like that. You might not even do 1080p. Because here's the thing that you got to remember is on the other side, the people receiving your video, can they receive at 1080p? So more than likely, a good speed to go to is 720 and 3 megs. But again, the whole point of this was to make sure that if you're going to stream for your house and if you're trying to do this for whatever reason, or even from your church, if you're managing the technology for your church and your pastor's trying to do this, then you have to understand what is your upload speed that you're getting on your internet. And again, you can run a program like fast.com like I did, and it'll show you. Okay? And so what else do I need to share with you? Actually, I'm going to share with you a trick. So remember what I was saying. Upload speed is really important. So you have your sources, right? You have and let's go back to our diagram. You have your live stream, boom. You have your inputs, cameras, audio, graphics, videos, anything you have like that. And then you have your outputs. Where are you going? Are you going Facebook? Are you going YouTube? Are you going Instagram? Well, let's talk about your outputs. So for your outputs, what's really important for your outputs is how you set them up. So with any output source, you're going to use what's called a real-time messaging protocol server, which is RTMP. So basically, all you really have to understand about that is whether you're using OBS Studio or you're using a paid software like Wirecast, or you're even using a service like a service I'm going to show you, then it really doesn't matter. All you need to have is the RTMP strings. So it's the RTMP server that you're pointing to, and usually a key. And the key is what keeps the stream encrypted and identifies it as your stream, right? So if you're doing this on YouTube, if you're doing this on Facebook, any one of those platforms, they will produce that for you. And then you should put it in your tool. In my case, it will be OBS Studio. In your case, it might be Wirecast, OBS Studio. Wirecast is just another studio production type piece of software that allows you to stream out. And another one that we discovered the other day is called Restream. And Restream, I'll actually pull it up for you, is pretty cool because Restream allows you to stream. Let's see if we have a video for you. Restream allows you to stream to multiple sources from, basically it allows you to stream to multiple sources. You point to them and they'll stream to whoever you want. Now, here's what's great about that is when we go back to the bandwidth discussion, when we're talking about bandwidth, then instead of me worrying about how much bandwidth I need to stream to everything, I just need to have enough bandwidth to stream to Restream and let Restream take care of the rest. Actually, you're seeing a little video clip of them doing that right now. And so it's pretty cool. You just can stream to them and they can stream to whoever you want. And you can manage it all through Restream, and it's just a service online. You can pay per month. They even have a free tier, which I'm probably using right now because I'm showing you how to do this for little or no money. So anyways, that's my video. That's all I have to say. Um, Basically, I just wanted to help somebody who wanted to learn about this. This was a real quick video. I just wanted to kind of get the ideas and the concepts out. If you want a more in-depth video, like I said, we do this at my church. I'm involved with it. We use a lot more expensive equipment than what I've shown you, but the concepts are the same. It's really not that difficult. It just takes some organization and skills with that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk next time. Bye.